I'm ready. Hey, what's up? It's Rick. I'm here to announce that the video production screening is about to begin. I'm really excited, and I know you as well. Before we begin, let's give applause to Professor Lim and Danny, and also each of y'all who make this possible. Alright, let's begin.
Hi, my name is Frederick Fajardo, and I am one of Professor Plotnick's students for video production this year. Under normal circumstances, this class would have access to a multitude of different things, different camera equipment, audio equipment, lighting. In addition to gear, we would have access to multi-person crew and cast. However, this year we didn't exactly have access to that for obvious reasons. But despite that, each student in this class was able to produce two big projects, a narrative film and a documentary film. Tonight you'll be seeing one of those two projects from each student. I hope you enjoy your night. Stay safe, wear a mask, please. Thank you.
You should come with me to the end of the world without telling your parents and your friends. You know that you only need say a word, so we might live at the end of the world. But I know that I'll go away by myself. I feel you don't want to come. You should come with me to the end of the world. We could lie all day on the quiet sands. I would introduce you to my friend the bird who sings and flies along the fairy strands. But I know that I'll go away by myself. I feel you don't want to come. If you come with me to the end of the world, I'll give you anything that...
Whenever I feel uneasiness in my mind or disconnected from my body, there is always one practice that settles these feelings inside of me. I began my yoga journey in September 2019. I felt lost in my own body. When I looked in the mirror, I felt as if I was unrecognizable. I was on the search for something that would put me into my own body again. Yoga was what brought me back to myself. It didn't matter that after the first class I was so sore I could barely walk the next day, because I ended up going a week straight the following days. My chaturanga was improved, I sat deeper in chair pose. I held my crow longer. I could even hold my body upside down. The bond I created with myself in yoga was something I could never give up. I felt beyond inspired by my fellow yogis in class, but most importantly, the instructors who told me yes when my body wanted to say no. These were feelings that my body craved. My day-to-day life has changed dramatically because of what I have learned through yoga. I find myself to be more mindful of the choices I make in life. I take more time to find gratitude in the little things and in the world around me. And while I do struggle with this out of everything, I tell myself not to worry so much. The world around us is filled with so much to see light in. I'm so lucky to have my eyes opened and to view the world with a new perspective. Through each new posture I learn, I'm giving my mind and body the love it needs, and I give my all to this practice. The light, the love, and the teacher in me honors, respects, and truly sees the light, the love, and the teacher in you. Namaste.
So when I was a kid, my mom was actually, she was an expert seamstress, and she would make clothes for us when I was a kid, for me and my sister. And she would design things and then make them, and we would model them. And she was gonna, like, she would say she was gonna sell them to like Sears or JCPenney's or something. So it was really fun to watch that whole process with my mom, and that was kind of my inspiration for wanting to sew. I first learned to sew when I was a little kid. I used to spend the summers with my grandmother up in the mountains of North Carolina. She had a fabric store, and I worked in her fabric store during the summer, and she taught me how to sew. Well, sewing was something that I learned from my grandmother and my mother, and then I was able to teach my two daughters how to sew, and luckily, like, they both had an interest in it, so it made it really fun just being able to teach them, spend time with them.
My mom's inspired me to start sewing. I think just like watching her make costumes and just like what she was creating, I think was really inspiring, and I think I just like wanted to do that too.
Well, I work in costumes, so you know, it's just kind of a natural progression. When you're sewing, you're making a lot of costumes. I made a lot of costumes in the past, not just like for shows, but like Halloween costumes for my kids and all different kinds of, you know, costumes.
When I was in kindergarten, my mom made a Belle costume from Beauty and the Beast, and I actually won a costume contest.
I was working on a show called Haunted Hathaways, and I made a lot. I was their specialty costume maker. So whatever they thought up, whatever the writers thought up, I would have to create that costume. So I think my favorite was, it wasn't really sewing, but it was, I made this man. He was like all made of cutlery, like utensils, forks, spoons, and all kind of kitchen utensils. It was really cool. When I am sewing, like right now, I just working on projects at work, and you know, some things at home, like when I have to line something, like I have a little project going where I'm lining masks with some silk, because people have sensitive skin, and so we put silk on the inside of the mask. And done. Really cute black watch mask with this pink silk fabric.
I think it's like really useful. I think it's something that could help me in like future careers, or just like making clothes. I think it's a really useful thing to know.
My favorite part of sewing is just being able to be creative and making things just from a piece of cloth, and being able to work with Anna when she has something that she wants to create. I can help her, and so yeah, just being creative.
Being taught by my mom and being able to spend time with her, I think that's like kind of one of the reasons I took up sewing, was to like be closer to my mom. And I think that's definitely my favorite part.
I'm going to cut like about 7 inches of this fabric. So, well, I don't have like formal training in sewing, so everything that I know how to do, I learned from just learning from my grandmother and my mother, and just like working, you know, working things out on my own. So that's one thing I do like about it, is that I can, you know, there's not like just one way to do anything. There's like a bunch of different ways you can do a project.
I think it was important for me to learn how to sew because I think it like is kind of like there's a lot of generations of my family where sewing was really important to them and like making things and creating, so I'm kind of like carrying that torch in a way. Bye, documentary crew!
As I lay these lavender flowers, I'm not just laying any flowers, but the lavender flowers that have dried over time, which were once in this beautiful life form that you are. You, too, will never wither, just like these dried lavender flowers. They've always maintained their form. You will always, for eternity, be in my life. I will never lose you, because you are the thing I most desire. Whenever you are thirsty, I will give you water. Whenever you fear of being hungry, I'll always provide you food. You are the love of my life. Thus, grant you eternal life. You means a pillow? This is not what I wanted.
Let's calm down and get ready for the day. All right, let's take roll here. Garrett. Here. Vanessa.
Here.
Alexis.
Here.
Trip.
Here.
And Sunny.
Here.
It's gonna be paintwork Wednesday.
Hi,
is
is this
going.
R101?
Yes, you must be our new student, Bella. Please take a seat in the back. Welcome to R101. All right, guys, we're gonna finish up on going over the agenda for the week. Wednesday is gonna be sketches. Thursday is gonna be drawings, and Friday is gonna be a short film on Michelangelo's effect on art culture, and that's what we're gonna be going on right now as well.
Josie's on a vacation far away. Turn around and talk it over. So many things that I wanna say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love tonight. I ain't got many friends left to talk to. Where's the room when I'm in trouble? You know I'd do anything for you. Stay alive and keep it undercover. I just wanna use your love tonight. Oh, I don't wanna lose your love tonight.
They were probably, I think we were up like by 18 at like the very end. Yeah, no, they were doing pretty well. They were kind of just like staying like better than them for like the last like half or like yeah.
All right, guys, welcome in. Take your seats. Let's start the day. All right, can we start class now, Sonny?
That would be fun. Yeah, I don't think he's ever been there before.
Oh yeah, like all the e-boys?
Yeah, like all the e-boys. I'm getting like a little bowl cut, and then
How could you do that with your hair? Really?
love is art. You didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you know, draw more hearts, right?
I don't wanna lose your love tonight.
How's it going?
My name is Thomas.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm new in town. I was just hoping to meet some.
Yeah, dude, sit down, sure.
Yeah. What'd you get to eat?
I just got some chips and queso. Honestly, I wasn't that hungry. Yeah. Why'd you come?
I just got some drinks, man.
Oh,
Honestly,
nice.
I'm just trying to check everything out.
Yeah, the 2-for-1 beers are pretty nice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds nice.
Yeah.
What's there to do around here?
Honestly, not a whole lot. We can go, it's like hiking, a lot of camping. Other than that, there really isn't anything to do. There's a bowling alley, but it kind of sucks.
Well, I mean, that's not bad, man. I love the hike.
Yeah, dude.
Camping, that's fun.
Yeah, I actually might go on a hike later. You're welcome to come if you want.
Really? You don't mind if I tag along?
No, dude. Especially if you're new to town. Like, I got nothing better to do today. Like, yeah, just hang out.
Man, I'm in. I mean, I'd have to run by my house and change my clothes.
Oh yeah, I mean, we can do that. That's fine. Yeah, no big deal.
Well, yeah, no, because I live just down the road, and I appreciate. I mean, going hiking, I just left work, so.
Yeah, well, let me get my check and we can get out of here.
All right, that sounds sweet. All right, cool.
Tape around his body, it's a fucking homicide. His face is on a t-shirt. We're killing strangers. We're killing strangers. We're killing strangers so we don't kill the ones that we love.
Well, here we are. This is one of my favorite places when I was a kid. I used to climb this fire tower all the time when I was younger.
Whoa, that seems scary.
Yeah, as time went by, it rotted more and more. Now I wouldn't suggest anyone really climbing it.
Yeah, I bet. It's super tall.
Well, there's a hiking trail right over here, an ATV trail, so I'm just going to leave my stuff in the car. You're more than welcome to as well.
All right, awesome. It's nothing personal.
Dude. Oh. Oh. Dude, you shot me. Oh.
My head.
Oh.
I close
Oh.
my eyes
Oh.
and bang, I am dead. I know he knows that he's killing me for mercy, and here I go. Oh, 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 oh.
Ho sbagliato tante volte ormai che lo so già. E oggi quasi certamente sto sbagliando su di te. Ma una volta in più che cosa può cambiare nella vita mia?
I think any small part that I can do in stopping the spread of COVID-19, and if putting on a mask is that, then that's a simple and easy task. I just chose this because I had this before for fishing, and I have some of the plastic disposable ones, but I like to wear this as much as I can because it's reusable and I can wash it every day after using it. Whatever someone wants to put on their mask is totally up to them. It's just wearing it is the foremost importance behind it. 2 of these, including this one.
Amore, fai presto, io non resisto. non esisto, non esisto.
My name is Nico Pryor, and I made masks. It was semi out of necessity at the beginning of COVID. I traveled from New York to here. It wasn't like, there was no mask mandate really at that time. So once there was, we like really tried getting our hands on them, and it was like really hard to, and people were unsure if the disposable ones were good. So we decided to make our own. It's been fun, like choosing the fabric and stuff and going to the fabric store, and even just like finding fabric on the house. Like this one was my grandmother's, and it's probably like one of my favorite fabrics that we had. Same with this one's really cool. It was just really fun to like, I've never spent time in a fabric store really, so that was cool. So I also think what was like fun about the process was like trying to figure out what worked, because initially we did these where it's like fits your face really well, and we were using hair ties because we couldn't get any other elastic. So this was like the first iteration, and this is like I said, it's like stuff that was around the house. And then this one, same, it's like fabric from around the house, but we started to, like, we got elastic at this point. And this was the same design, like left space for a filter too, which was really cool. And then this was the eventual kind of final design that we did, where it's like a blended hybrid of like fitting your face well, but also has these flaps so that it's a little bit more like, you have a little bit more room and stuff. For a while we kind of just reached out to people and asked if anyone needed masks, and was able to like give them to people that were like immunocompromised at the beginning, or like very hesitant to leave the house at all in the beginning. So that was our process. It was fun. It took us 3 months to get from like this to these. So.
Sister Agnes was a beautiful nun with a dark secret. She attended the San Francisco College for Women as a member of the Sacred Heart Convent. Agnes and her sisters lived on Lone Mountain, back when campus was only this building, standing tall, overlooking acres of overturned graveyards. The discovery of Sister Agnes's pregnancy evoked a response of outrage, horror, and truly shocking violence from her campus congregation. The night before she was banished from the hilltop, Sister Agnes went to the roof of the Corrette Bell Tower, with the hopes that she'd be closer to God, and her final prayers could be heard. Legend says that she roams our campus grounds at night, her footsteps pacing the halls of Lone Mountain, Maine, as if in search of something. With every bang of the bell tower, you can hear her confession. Father, forgive me, for I have sinned. I am stricken with grief. It's not over a life lost, but for a new life within me, a new life made through our sins. I can only pray this act of contrition is heard by the Lord, and our sins are absolved. Penance is my only peace.
I left my heart in San Francisco, high on a hill. It calls to me to be where little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. The morning fog may chill the air. I don't care, my love waits
kick me out, kick me out. I don't want to hear you kick me out, kick me out. I don't want to hear you, I don't want to hear you. Fake tales of San Francisco echo through the air. And there's a few bored faces at a black hole wishing they weren't there. And as the microphone squeaks, the young girl's telephone beeps. Yeah, she's dashing for the exit. Oh, she's running to the streets outside. Oh, you saved me, she screams down the line. The band were fucking wank and I'm not having a nice time. I don't want to hear you kick me out, kick me out. I don't want to hear you know kick me out, kick me out. Yeah, but Bird said it's amazing though. So all that's left is the proof that love's not only blind but deaf.
Hi, my name is Sammy, and I will be telling you the story about how I got my favorite ring. In order to do that, I'm delighted to introduce you to my Fiampati. She's the oldest of her sisters, just like me, and has a major big sister energy. For instance, she'll check her sister's husband if need be. She's done it to my dad before. Her house is the meeting place in case of emergencies, where holiday dinners are held every year, and our monthly family barbecues. My initial inspiration for this project came from the ambiguity behind the ring. My Fiampati gave it to me very casually without telling me its origins or significance. So, this is the perfect opportunity to call her up and ask her a couple questions pertaining to what jewelry means to her, as well as finding out the story to this mystifying blue ring.
What would you say is your everyday jewelry?
Earrings, a wedding ring, and a bracelet that I don't take off. Well, my earrings, I feel like I'm walking out without any clothes. I like to just wear earrings all the time. It makes me feel complete. And I don't think girly, because I've never been girly. I think I became girly as I got older. Maybe that's why I never really wore stuff, because I didn't really like anything. I have to love it before I buy it. So I might look at it for a while and then I just know that that's what I want. I go back and get it. So it's a permanent thing. And as I'm getting older, I'm thinking, what am I going to do with all my stuff after I go?
My tia's everyday jewelry is like her uniform and holds purpose. Her wedding ring, specifically, serves as a reminder of her blended family that became one of the best blessings of her life. Once she met her husband, Jerry, our family got bigger.
The ring that I have now, it's like, I like it because it has like one stone in the middle and then it has 3 on each side. So it's like the 3 of my kids and my 3 stepkids on the other side.
Because her family got bigger, my tia Patti and Jerry decided to extreme makeover their house. This prompted my tia Patti to go through a spring cleaning phase, ultimately leading up to me receiving my favorite ring.
The ring that you're wearing that I gave you, I think that was when I went to the stage of getting like stuff away, because those rings I bought the first time that we got a chance to go back to Mexico. It was like getting to go and explore your culture, but then you felt when you got there you had the funds to afford it, if you may, you know, like it was cool to be independent and being able to buy stuff that I wanted, because usually with our parents we can't afford stuff like that. It's a bluish one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my birthstone, and I like my birthstone. It's blue. It's a nice color. So that's what I bought. That's the reason I bought that one.
Knowing the history behind this ring now, I feel motivated to establish this as a new tradition, handing it down to the eldest niece. It honestly tugged at my heartstrings that she's the oldest sister, passing it down to me, the oldest of my 2 sisters and cousins. So out of respect, I asked my tia Patti if I should keep this ring for myself or hand it down.
I could say it's for you to keep, but you know, I like giving it to you guys because you guys have took it. It's not like you guys took it and just put it away kind of thing. You keep wearing it, so it's kind of cool to see it. Like if you value something that reminds you of someone, it depends on what the feeling you put behind it, you know. So if you want that to be passed on to whomever, that's completely your choice.
Hi, my name is Drew Huang. I'm an actor. I've been acting professionally for just under 3 years now. And it all started because I wanted to satisfy my curiosity. I ended up on a TV show set. It was a show that's shooting up here in Northern California. I caught the bug that way. And next thing you know, I'm looking at classes, how to get an agent, that type of thing. And a little over a year after I initially first ended up on a TV set, I signed with an agency, and ever since then I've been doing this as a profession. So the first big project that I worked on outside of background roles and supporting roles on short films was this short film called Flight of the Hare. I'm actually incidentally, this wasn't planned, I'm incidentally wearing the shirt from that project. It was my first real lead role in a short film, and it was shot in a town called Locke, which is about 40 minutes south of Sacramento, where we are right now. It's a town that has a lot of rich history when it comes to Chinese Americans or Chinese immigrants coming over here and basically trying to stake their claim over here in America and start up something new. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my entire life. I learned a lot about the Chinese Exclusion Act in the late 19th century. I learned a lot about what it took for Chinese people and Asian Americans and Asian immigrants to, what they had to overcome in order to lead the life that they wanted to live over here in America. And it certainly changed my perspective on the industry as it pertains to Asian Americans, because I realized that that story was so specific and was really about just one group of people. And in Hollywood and in the entertainment industry, there aren't very many stories like that. I also realized the rarity of a role like that for someone who looks like me. There aren't really that many roles out there for Asian American actors to be leads, especially Asian American males. So that was a very special thing. And it really showed me that the industry has a long way to go in order to get the proper representation for their actors, of all ethnicities and of all races. And I felt really fortunate to be a part of something like that. I can't speak enough on how great it was to be part of a project like that and to learn as much as I did when I was working on that project. Hopefully within the next few years, what I imagine for myself as an actor is to eventually become a working actor. So maybe not necessarily those A-listers that you see all the time, maybe not those people who are in these big budget blockbusters and are in these big TV shows, and if I'm walking down the street, people recognize me. I couldn't care less about that. What I really care about is being able to say that this is my job, is to be able to say that yes, acting pays the bills, and 99% of actors in Hollywood, that's what they are. They're just working actors. They're people who show up, they play a guest star role, they play a recurring role in a TV show, or they have small roles in films, and that's able to let them live the lives that they want to live. It allows them to support financially whatever it is that they want. If they have families, it supports that too. That's what I imagine for myself in a few years. That's always been the goal ever since I started doing this. I really do hope that ends up being the case. Obviously, with everything going on right now, there's a lot of uncertainty. But I do know that as of right now, I certainly am on the right path to do that. It just all depends on if I do eventually get to that point. I'm just hopefully going to keep on working hard and keep my fingers crossed and maybe one day end up where I want to be.
For the past few months, I keep looking for the old photos on my computer. Sometimes I could spend 2 or 3 hours a day just looking at those photos and recount what happened at the moment, mind traveling days and nights. My mind traveled to the first day of college, how I met people in orientation, how we started to talk. I didn't feel like a college student at the time, and I don't feel like a senior student right now. I remember bowling with my friends in different parks on weekends, but most of them had left this country. I remember walking on this path and just wait there to see if I can run into any friends. And then we would just light up a cigarette, complaining about how hard our classes are. But I haven't quit smoking for 3 months, and I guess that's one of the few good things this quarantine helped me with. I remember during rush hours, the streets could be so packed. People are looking for parking lots and crossing streets like they're already late for classes. I mean, look how beautiful this view is. I never appreciated it before. I remember coming out of the library at different times, midnight with the moonlight, or sunrise with the ballet. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't remember was the last time I pulled that heavy door and slide my ID, but I'm sure that I won't be able to get in the library again, even though I still have my ID and remember those 8-digit numbers. I remember how I hate stepping on those ladders. There was one semester I got the gastric ulcer, and I have 2 classes on the Long Mountain. It's a torture, no cap, but somehow I made it. I love the view up here. There was so many times I just sat here and waited for my friends. We'll be talking about silly stuff and laughing so loud. And also think about where we should go tonight. His house or mine, a bar, a club, gym, a pool. I keep thinking about that. Even now when I'm editing those clips, I miss those good old times. I remember them all. I mean, I remember all of them. People keep saying that 2020 got into the wrong way. This pandemic, racism, Black Lives Matter, fire, all those things keep me up at night. And I also keep thinking what I can do, what we can do. I think I'm getting some clues. It might sound silly, but I still believe that we could change the world from here. Not only here.
There's so much of the park to explore. Through every nook and cranny, you can find a new adventure. It can clear your mind of all the stress and anxiety you have. It's truly the best place to escape. Here you can reset, realign, restart, reclaim, reignite. Just strolling through the wood, all I can do is reminisce on the first glimpse of my first love. But even when you expel all the bad, it brings all the good. It's the feeling of belonging that attracts me here. Here you can be silly, be fun, be different, be crazy, be you. Because life is too short to be anything but happy.
I was 12 years old. Well, this story is actually on my birthday. So I was turning 13. When the season first started, it was really embarrassing, my first few runs. I was training for something I didn't know how to do with all these kids who were really good at skiing. But they would always talk about free skiing, which was like what the word is, free skiing. You ski freely, you don't get told where to ski, you do it however you want, and the mountains in Utah are really good for it. Like my first time out was a big day for me. It had probably dug 2 feet or so, maybe even more that day, so there was a lot of fresh snow. And it was my first experience like having a snow day like that. And all my friends were always hyping it up and making it sound like the most fun thing ever to go skiing in it. And I had just gotten a brand new pair of free skis, and they were for powder skiing. And they wanted to do this run called Baldy, and they seemed to like it a lot. You don't just get to it from a ski lift. You have to take a ski lift to the top of the mountain, and then you have to hike along a mountain ridge for maybe a half a mile or a quarter mile until you get to the top of another mountain that you can't get to from the lift. And then you ski down it. And this was like so foreign to me. I'm like, guys, like, there's skiing everywhere. This is already fun. Like, we do not need to do it. And there was so much snow, and it was so early in the season, December 20th, that there wasn't really like a trail of packed snow that had been established. So we were just what's called boot packing, which is with your skis on, just sort of side shuffling as you're sideways to the hill, up the hill. And it was new to me, especially in a new pair of skis, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I was incredibly hot under all my gear, even in the beginning, just trudging through snow, and I couldn't figure it out. It's like I'm falling off to the side and having to hike up more, so I was like working twice as hard as everybody else. I remember there was like another kid, maybe 3 years younger than me, who was with us, and it was just me and him having a huge struggle in the back. But we did make it, and then everybody was waiting for us, and everybody was just excited that we got there finally. We got our skis on, and I got ready to go, and it was a run I still remember. And now that I can go there again every season, it's fun to have a first memory like that there. I was scared because it was just a new level of risk that I wasn't ready for. Like, my coaches were honestly a little negligent for allowing me to do this, because it's definitely something I would not take a beginner on.
You get the door, bitch.
Hell nah, I'm about to win, dude. You get it.
Fine, fuck it. What's good, nigga? How you been?
Shit, you know, just chilling all that.
I bet. Fuck's with the jacket though. You look like a faggot.
Wait, what?
I'm just kidding. Come in, come in.
Yo, it's been a minute since I seen your ass.
Hell yeah, bro.
Since you're back in the skull, you know what that means, right?
Nah, what's up?
You smoking, bitch. That's what.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm gonna roll right now. Man, going to school in St. Louis for surely changed you.
Yeah, now that you mention it, how's the move? You fuck any baddies out there?
Hell yeah. Once a dog, always a dog.
Fucking knew it. You must def film us in later.
Speaking of girls, how are you and Caitlin doing?
Man, fuck her. I'm done with that bitch.
God damn. Sorry to hear that, bro. What the hell happened?
She cheated on me with this other ninja. I don't even know why. I see him around campus and he's a fucking fat kid.
Well, anyways, how you been holding up, bro?
I've been bullying, you know. I ain't gonna cry or nothing because it's gay.
Yeah, you should know by now, bro. You won't ever catch us tipping over no gutter girl.
Hey, y'all got anything to drink?
Yeah, bro. Fridge is over there. Help yourself.
Sure.
Got your ass, ninja.
We need to talk.
The hell's your problem?
My problem is how you assholes talk. Only reason I bothered coming out to the city was to catch up with my boys. But all I've heard today was ninja this, fatted that. And I'm fucking tired of it.
Okay, shit, bruh. I see what you mean, but what's the problem? Why do you even care?
I was planning on telling y'all today, but I've been having second thoughts since when we first talked.
Look, I'm sorry. Honestly, you're right. End of the day, that shit's wrong and we fucked up.
Yeah, man. We had no idea you felt like this. That's on us. Sorry, bro. Really.
It's fine, man. Look, now y'all know, so it's good. Let's just put this behind us. Hell, let me get that.
Pop pills, I pop niggas with the clip. You faggot ass nigga, what are you smoking? I let her dip hard to the knock, I'm yoking. Like what? I'm a murdered up niggas in Oakland. In my Hunters Point, hustlers keep the chopper smoking. Can't forget about my low like gangsta hustlers. This y'all ass turkey, I don't fuck with suckers. Having fun like it's 81. The hoes let away my perm hang in the sun. I'm 95G.
Hey man, you trying to jam right now? I gotta blow some steam off.